Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on today's video and welcome to my channel. In today's story, OP reaches out to Reddit because he accidentally threw away something that was really precious to his girlfriend, and he's asking the internet for judgment to see if he's the a-hole for this supposed accident. However, when we get into the context of some of the comments from OP and the update, we find that the situation might be a little bit more sinister than initially thought. Stay tuned for the update to find out. If you do like the story, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a thumbs up. And before I move on to the story, I just wanted to take a second and thank all of my subscribers. Thank you so much, you guys are amazing. For those of you that don't know, I have a personal goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers. So if you like my content and would like to support me, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button. Anyways, thank you so much for your time and onto the story. Am I the a-hole for throwing away my girlfriend's dead best friend's t-shirt? I know it sounds bad, but hear me out. I've been with my girlfriend for a couple of years and we live together. My girlfriend lost her best friend of 10 years her senior year of college. They had gone through a lot together, but the best friend had some untreated mental health issues and she lost the fight against her depression. My girlfriend was the one who found her. They lived together at the time. This caused my girlfriend to spiral. She wound up helping the parents go through her stuff. She now has a box of old journals that were her best friends. They had a pact that if one dies, they wouldn't let anyone else read them. Too embarrassing or something. A t-shirt, some art that she had done, and a bunch of scrapbooks. My girlfriend was in a dark place for a long time. I met her a couple of years after the incident, and it's taken time, but she has gotten better. She was and is in counseling for grief and other stuff. She used to talk about the friend constantly, but now it's down to every other once in a while. Now, generally, when I clean, I take stuff and put it in a bag and tell her to go through it before I throw it out. Today, I was going through our closet and was making donate and throwaway piles. I asked her to go through it when I was done, but she had a lot of work and said that it was probably fine. She generally doesn't care too much about her clothes and I think she was overwhelmed. Well, I threw out the stuff that was worn and old and ripped, etc. Then after I showered, my girlfriend came yelling at me, demanding to know where the t-shirt is. I asked her what t-shirt and she said the one that belonged to her dead best friend. I asked her if she lost it and she said no, that it was in the closet. So then I said that it might have gotten thrown out and she just started screaming at me. I said that I asked her to go through the piles, but she said no. But then she said that it should have never been in the piles given how much she has talked about the friend, and that apparently she has told me the story behind the t-shirt. I don't recall it. I knew that there was a story and I knew that there was a t-shirt, but I never paid enough attention to know which shirt. Well, she has now taken it back to her brother's. I just don't get why she's so upset. She has all of these other things to remember her friend by. A t-shirt isn't that big of a deal. Now let's be clear here. The OP's comments actually reveal quite a bit, including the fact that his girlfriend slept in the t-shirt very often and that he thought that she was upset with the best friend because she had like 6 pictures around the house that he was forced to take down. So in a now deleted comment, OP said, I didn't realize that it was the t-shirt because she sleeps in it pretty often and I thought it was an old t-shirt. When we first started dating, she talked about her friend more like she was grieving her girlfriend rather than her best friend. There were so many stories I couldn't possibly remember them all. A Redditor said, not the a-hole. I get that she's upset and I do think maybe you should have been more careful with things that weren't yours. Such as make a second pile and said, these things were ripped and I thought we should throw away. I'll give you a few days to find anything and set a date. I know hindsight doesn't help. Honestly, it sounds like she's a bit unstable and you deserve better. To which OP replied, I agree. When I say she was excessive, I mean excessive. There were so many stories. In the beginning, I would come out to the living room in the middle of the night to her watching the same 5 videos of them on a loop. She got a tattoo of her handwriting on her arm. She still has lunch every year with the sister, the best friend's boyfriend from the time, and some other friends on the anniversary of her death. There were like 6 pictures of them in the apartment. I finally got her to take most of them down. It feels obsessive at this point. And now onto some sane comments. One Redditor says, "You're the a-hole. You went through the closet today while she was working, while she was busy and overwhelmed, and you wanted her to double check the pile. This happened today and your girlfriend informed you today that the shirt was missing. Did you go and look in the bags? Did you attempt to find the shirt? You have made it clear that you do not care about the shirt. So according to you, the years that you've been dating her, you never noticed which shirt it was? You never paid attention to what she was sharing with you? A t-shirt isn't a big deal to you because you don't care. It's a big deal to her. Go find the shirt." Another Redditor said, "Out of all of that, you could be excused for accidentally throwing it out, but you didn't care enough to listen to her stories or remember which t-shirt or even check with her which one it might be, because you didn't bother to listen when you were chucking out her clothes. Who does that anyway? My significant other wouldn't touch my clothes. Your last line is what betrays you. You don't see the problem with chucking it, whether it was accidental or not. You're the a-hole." Another Redditor said, "You're the a-hole. I know you know what t-shirt was the friend one. You put it in the pile on purpose. I have a t-shirt I got from a friend from high school. She's still alive. I see her on Facebook occasionally and don't even talk. The shirt is unwearable. It has so many holes, it's pretty much transparent. I can't even imagine trying to put it on. It would shred. I still love the hell out of that shirt. It's a reminder of an easier, better time. I'll keep that shirt until it legit dissolves. You stole one of her last tangible memories to her friend. You can deny it all you want, but I know you knew which t-shirt it was. You stole her memories. I effing despise this sub's go-to response of breaking up, leave, or divorce. This is probably the 2nd or 3rd time I'll say it in 3 years. I'd leave you. How disrespectful." So, with my last post, I figured that I owe you guys an update. I had apologized at the time, but I didn't think that I effed up that badly. At this point though, some of this stuff felt excessive. I was the one going through our shared closet because we had been doing an overall deep clean of the apartment. As far as getting rid of her stuff, I was only throwing out stuff that was clearly ripped. She was aware this was happening. I did try to get the shirt back. By the time that I got out there, the trash had been picked up. I called the company, but they said that it was gone. After reading some comments, I called the best friend's parents. My girlfriend still goes over around the holidays and briefly explained what happened. They said that over the past year they had been downsizing and they went through her stuff. And half got donated, but the other half was sitting in her sister's attic in a box if I wanted to ask her. I called the sister and told her what happened and asked if there was anything she would be willing to let my girlfriend have. She said that she has a couple of sorority shirts that she was willing to give her, and apparently the friend had 2 necklaces and she would be willing to give my girlfriend one. I said that that would be great. I talked to my girlfriend and let her know where to send it. I drove to the brother's house to talk to my girlfriend. When I got there, I hadn't even gotten out of my car before her youngest brother and cousin came out and just started screaming at me. Her cousin said that I had no right to have any opinions about the best friend, that she was an amazing person, and that I had been so disrespectful about her. He then said that if her best friend was still alive, she would have talked my girlfriend into dumping me years ago. I felt that was uncalled for. Her brother started telling me to go to hell, that I was always jealous of the best friend and that I needed to get off his property. I tried to explain I was here to fix it, but he wouldn't even let me see my girlfriend. Apparently, she's in a rough shape and had to take days off work because she's having some kind of meltdown. So I left. I got home and I got a call from the sister. I picked up and I don't know what my girlfriend told her, but she laid into me and said that I was some unforgivable a-hole stomping all over sister's memories. She said that she would be more than happy to send my girlfriend the items we talked about, but to her brother or grandmother's house since I can't be trusted. A couple of hours later, I got a text from her saying that it's over, that she's breaking up with me. Her brother came by an hour later to get her stuff and she's now refusing to take my calls. So for those who hoped that she would dump me, you got your wish. I couldn't imagine breaking up with her over this, especially since we were together almost 3 years and she can't even answer her phone to dump me. So guys, what did you think about this? Honestly, even without the context of the comments or the updates, you can clearly see some major red flags in the initial original post. For one thing, if this shirt is supposedly so dear to the girlfriend, how on earth is it that you don't realize which shirt it is? Also, you're doing some sort of deep clean or you're cleaning out the closet, right? Why do you go and throw out the clothes or donate them at that exact time? You could have just kept it in the closet for about a day or two, or ideally a week, to see if there was something important that might have accidentally been placed in the pile. And not just that, but later on he goes and checks it in the trash to see if the clothes are still there, and supposedly they get taken away. There is no way this man checked immediately after he found out. I'm 100% positive that he waited. He's such a scummy person. Even in his original post when he doesn't give a lot of details, it's clearly obvious that he's jealous of the best friend. Oh my god, how scummy do you have to be? I feel so sorry for OP's ex-girlfriend. I really hope that she's able to heal from all of this and that she gets better. Oh, it breaks my heart. Anyways, I'm so glad that she left him, and I hope that she's doing so much better with the passage of time. If you enjoyed this story, or at least my telling of the story, please leave a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you'd like to hear more stories from Reddit with updates.